As the global cruise restart pushes forward, I think we all can agree while this is great, it hasn't exactly been smooth sailing. With the resumption of cruising operations, outbreaks, lawsuits, and now, in the eyes of some, fat shaming come right along with it. We have a lot of new developments for today's video, so make sure you don't miss a second. Let's go!
Let's go!
Hey, what's going on everybody? My name is Jay and welcome to The Ship Life, the most diverse YouTube channel in the entire world on cruising. We do cruise ship tips, reviews, news, vlogs, and every now and then I give you some information that you will not find anywhere else. Like today, for example. You want your cruise fixed? I got you covered. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you get notified whenever I post my videos. So we all know about NCL, Norwegian Cruise Lines. If you don't, they are currently in an epic battle against the state of Florida. And to be fair, they are winning right now. What they want to do is make their ships fully vaccinated because they are priding themselves on safety. However, with this latest story, depending on how you see it, that's not necessarily always the case with their entire fleet. Now, as most of you know, I am a former crew member. I used to work on board ships. Specifically, I used to work for NCL, which means I have a lot of friends that work on board these ships and are currently on board right now. Full transparency, this is how I get a lot of my information. This is how I confirm a lot of my information before I put it here on YouTube. Now, this news that I typically talk about, either you'll hear it a week or so down the road, or sometimes you won't hear about it at all. But I can promise you it's always the truth. NCL does currently have several ships in operation around the world, but today specifically I want to talk about the NCL Jade. Now this is a somewhat smaller ship in comparison to the mega ships like with Royal Caribbean and whatnot. However, they are currently sailing at 75% occupancy, which comes out to around 2,400. However, it does have a max capacity of about 3,500. Now, this ship is making history as the first NCL ship to sail in Piraeus, aka Athens, Greece. So here's the deal. Recently, the NCL Jade played host to a specialty cruise. And unfortunately, some events that took place on that specialty cruise is starting to raise a lot of eyebrows. For those of you out there that don't know what a specialty cruise is, essentially you have a company buy out the entire ship. Now this is common with nightclubs, skating rinks, you name it. It happens all the time. This is when you see your rock and roll cruises, your Bob Marley cruises, your nude cruises, which by the way, I'm thinking about maybe trying out one of these days, you know, maybe getting a little, nah, never mind. Anyway, when it comes to these specialty cruises, like I said, they are buyouts, which means somebody is paying for the entire ship. So rules that would be traditional on board a regular cruise for people like you and me, they are kind of altered in a sense, which means that they can be changed or they just don't apply for that particular cruise. Now, from what I'm being told by my friend, apparently the health and safety protocols that are typically on board NCL ships, especially in this COVID era that we live in right now, weren't really being applied on board. And because of this, they are saying that at least 11 people have now tested positive on board this specialty cruise. Now, I know a lot of people are wondering, what kind of specialty cruise was this? I don't want to say it because I don't want you guys to get distracted from the main point of this video. However, you can look up the dates. The cruise took place from August 15th to the 22nd, which at the time we're recording this video is today. So just give it a quick Google search and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about and why I'm not bringing it up, because it will distract a lot of viewers. Now, alongside the potential negligence by NCL causing these 11 or more cases on board the NCL Jade, the crew on board have also had their social privileges taken away, and we also have Greek authorities that are now testing all the crew. Now, before we continue though, I do want to give a couple facts. This is a fully vaccinated cruise, so take that how you want. It's understandable that the crew are being tested now because of these 11 cases. On top of that, you're probably wondering, how come you're not hearing about this in the news? Well, first of all, it's brand new. It's still kind of developing, so that could be a reason. Also, this is stuff that's going on overseas as well. So typically, as somebody that has a girlfriend overseas, a lot of friends overseas, the news that we get here in the US as far as what's going on around the world, we typically don't get all the facts or really any at all. And then on top of that, it kind of contradicts what NCL is preaching over here in the United States. Now, you did see the quick clip of the NCL Jade that I showed you at the beginning of the video. I will play it again right over here, but as you can see, there aren't really any protocols that are being adhered to, given, yeah, things are probably different in other parts of the world. However, it looks pretty crazy over there. There's no mask on board, there's no social distancing, but again, you take this kind of how you want. I know some people will see this as fine and you'll look at the numbers over there versus over here. I completely get it. But here's another pic just so you guys can see the grand scheme of things, right? It's kind of a packed house. These were sent to me by the crew member, my friend that's currently on board the NCL Jade right now. I'll even show you another pic of the cruises prior to this when they resumed operations. Now, it depends on if they were actually sailing at a different occupancy other than 75% when they actually started up. So you do have to take those facts into considerations. But I do believe it's also true what they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. However, you do have to take into consideration the actual context of the situation. Now, I do also want to add on, because I know some people are still going to be kind of skeptical about it, just because something is in the mainstream media or because, let's say, a representative from a cruise line doesn't talk about it, doesn't necessarily make it true or false. This has been proven time and time again throughout this entire pandemic. So I think we can all agree on this, right? Now, moving on to another topic, keeping that same energy, of course, while you guys are hitting that like button, seriously, you should. It's free and it goes a very long way with my YouTube channel. You have no idea. But we got to talk about some sensitive stuff when it comes to what the CDC is putting out. So recently the CDC put out a new set of guidance and they are talking about people, demographics that shouldn't sail. And some of it kind of ruffled some feathers. They are talking about people ranging in the ages of 50 and up. They're talking about people with medical conditions. And the thing that got the most attention is that the CDC is saying that people that are obese should not be sailing on a cruise ship whatsoever. Now, before I move forward with this sensitive topic, I do have to say this. I understand full well that I am not in any way, shape, or form overweight. However, I am not here to judge. You do what you want with your own personal life, and we also have to understand that there are people with medical conditions and reasonings as to why they are the way they are. So I'm not fat shaming anybody or anything like that, so please do not come on my YouTube channel trying to talk that mess. I promise I will shut you down. Also, full transparency, I would like to add that I am no better than anybody else because I am also on that recommended CDC do not cruise list, due to the fact that I unfortunately do like to indulge in a cigarette or two every now and then when I'm drinking and partying. Now, I do regret this. However, it's just a bad habit I picked up back when I was working for the Harlem Globetrotters. You try taking care of 2 buses full of 7-foot tall 30-year-old children in a developing country. Ooh, sorry, I had a little bit of a flashback there. Man, I'm telling you, if this channel wasn't just about cruising, the stories I could tell you guys, you wouldn't believe them, but I promise you they're real. But anyway, getting back to what I was talking about. Guys, when I say keep that same energy, I'm talking about the people that are in the comment sections and that are watching these videos and like to say things and telling everybody else what to do. Oftentimes, I see the same people, the same faces, same tags on YouTube telling everybody to just shut up and do what the CDC is saying. Now, when the comments are coming at you and the recommendations are coming at you, it's fat shaming and you're saying that, oh, the CDC doesn't know what they're talking about. Keep that same energy, because now you see that you don't always have to necessarily agree with what the medical experts are saying. People are going to have their own opinions and they are entitled to it. You can't judge them for that. So this is my only point to this argument, guys. For those of you out there that don't agree with the CDC, that is perfectly fine. It's normal, because at the end of the day, you got to remember, even though these are experts, they're experts at a lot of things. I'm doing a lot of quotations. Sorry about that. But my point is, you see a lot of experts around the world, but that doesn't necessarily mean that 1, 2, 3, or 5 experts knows exactly what's going on. This pandemic, as we've all seen, is extremely unpredictable. So you gotta take everything kind of with a grain of salt, because they are constantly changing rapidly. In my opinion, this is like somebody having, unfortunately, cancer, and they go to a doctor, and one doctor tells you that, oh, there's nothing we can do, you are going to die, right? And I know this is dark, but this is the honest truth. They go get a second opinion, and one doctor ends up saving their life. Do you see where I'm going with this? You gotta have an open mind, because everybody has their own opinion, and sometimes even what is considered fact is not always factual as time goes on. Now, to conclude today's video, I want to dive a little deep here. What people have to understand is that we are humans. We are also animals, we just have a conscience, but there are things that are hardwired into our brain, meaning people have free thought. So they are going to say, just like the people are saying, I don't care if they're saying that larger people can't cruise if they're obese or whatever, I'm still going to enjoy my life and I'm going to take the cruise. The same people like that are similar people with different opinions that are saying, you know what, I don't care about what's going on, I'm going to live my life. The truth is very simple. As humans, as people, as animals, we are selfish. Nobody wants to admit that, but it's the truth. We care about ourselves, we care about our family, and we care about our tribe, if that's how you want to look at it. That's just the reality of the situation, and whether people want to admit it or not, this is the honest truth. So at the end of the day, you guys do you. We all come from different realities, different beliefs, so you're not going to try to convince somebody they're wrong, because at the end of the day, you yourself might be wrong, you just don't know it yet, guys. So just keep an open mind. I'm gonna leave it off at that. Anyway, guys, I know there's probably gonna be a lot of craziness going on in the comment section. Please try to keep it somewhat peaceful. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below. Like the video, and of course, even though we got all this craziness going on within the industry, make sure you guys check out our travel partner with our YouTube channel, Kimberly Sunset by the Sea. She's a great travel agent that will set you up just right. Her link will be in the description box below if you want to book a cruise or any type of travel vacation. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you all very soon. Take it easy.